Hello everybody! First of all, I have to say that I am overwhelmed with the amount of questions you send me. It came from all over the world and I will try to answer all of them, but it came so many questions, so I will divide this Q&A into two parts because otherwise I think that you will fall asleep after a while. So I will do this first part of the Q&A and I will finish it in the end with playing a song from my upcoming album. So let's see, let's start. First of all, we have a question from Jackman501. An important question: how are you feeling today? Thank you, Jackman501, for asking. And I have to say that I feel great. I have had a nice day at my clinic. It's summer in Sweden. The weather is actually very nice. I have had a good sleep tonight and I can't complain on anything. And the next question here is from Elsie. Is it common for Swedes of your age to speak English as well as you? How long have you been a doctor? Did you have to take out loans to go to school? A lot of questions. I will try to answer them. First of all, I think Swedes in general are pretty good in English. We get a lot of English music, a lot of English movies, and so we get a lot of English culture. And of course, it's easier to if you listen to that, it's easier to pick up the language. And also in school, we start with English in 3rd grade. We're only 10 million people in Sweden, and I can't expect other people to know Swedish. That would be silly of me. I was a year in Seattle as an exchange student in the US, and of course there I pick up some English too, and that's why I have kind of an American accent and not a British accent. And the next question was how long have you been a doctor? Yeah, and the time flies when you're having fun. I took my medical degree in 1999, so I've been a doctor for approximately 20 years. Time flies. Did you have to take out loans to go to school? And I have to say that in Sweden it is easy to get an education. Almost all higher educations are free, and it's your grades and your test scores that decide if you get into different educations. You don't have to pay any big fees, but then of course, you have to live at university, and that's why we have like study grants. So if you study in Sweden, you get approximately 300 euros per month. You just get them to spend on living, on food and stuff. And also if you want more, you can also easily you can loan, and I think it's around 700 euros per month. I had student grants and loans maximum for 6 years when I was studying it, and I have now repaid them. Yes! I like the Swedish education system. I think it's fair if you can have a system that's not depends on money, that not depends on how much money you have in the family and stuff, so that everyone can succeed if they want to. I think that's fairest. So I support our socialistic system in Sweden. From Ante Andersson, Swedish name. Vilket sjukhus jobbar du på och vad är du? Läkare. This was Swedish and it means what hospital do you work on and what are you, a doctor? Yep, I'm a doctor, last time I checked, and I work at Skåne University Hospital. It's in Lund, in the very southern part of Sweden. I work at the ENT department. I am an ENT doctor, that is like ear, nose, throat doctor. And I'm also a phoniatrician. That is, I work with voice and vocal cords. So that's my main occupation is the area around here, is what I like. Next question is from Eri Lassila. Eri Lassila is from Finland. What was it like going to med school in Sweden? Was it your only option for higher education, or did you have another dream job when you were younger? Greetings from Finland. Thank you, Eri, and greetings back to Finland from Sweden. Actually, medicine was my first choice. I also applied for different engineer educations because I like science. But I'm actually very happy that I got into med school because I think that medicine is a fantastic combination of science, but science applied to people. You work with people. The most important thing is that the patient gets well, and then you can use your science, of course. But sometimes you can't use the science because the patient want something else, and then you have to go with that. And also, I think in my specialty, I do some surgery. I think also surgery is very fun. It's like it's fun to try to fix people. I like that very much. And what was the other questions? Yeah, at university, I loved my years at university. I loved going to med school. You know, you're studying and you're partying, and that's where I started to perform and write songs. In Sweden, in the Swedish universities, we have something called specs. It's like a form of amateur comedy, theater, musical variety, and it's a long tradition that's been around for more than 100 years. So if you like if you like a song, you like a gag or something, then you shout one more time, and then the people on stage have to do it one more. I go on here with a question from Korea. It's from Yongbei Layu. Yongbei Layu. I don't know if my pronunciation is it probably sucks. Then you just laugh at me. It's okay. And the question is, what's your favorite band? That's a hard question. I like a lot of music, classic music and opera, musical, because you know my songs, it's kind of musical songs, some of them. But I also like, you know, like classic rock, of course. The Beatles, Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, I appreciate that very much. Storytelling country and blues like Johnny Cash, Dixie Chicks, that now is called the Chicks only, Dolly Parton, Taylor Swift, comic quirky songwriters and groups like Bare Naked Ladies, Flight of the Conchords, Bo Burnham, Violent Femmes, Ezra Furman. Appreciate like mainstream pop a lot. I like the art of making a good pop song, and like if it's Britney Spears or Ariana Grande or One Direction, Max Martin songs. I like a lot of music actually. I do. Next question is, are you married? Yes, I'm married since 20 years. I'm happily married, and I'm very happy that my wife still wants to live with me. Which guitars do you have? Oh yeah, I have, first of all, some steel string guitars. I have Takamine. I bought it just because Bruce Springsteen has one of those. Actually, I went into this music store. It was a very good salesman, and I was looking around, you know, so that was nice guitar. And then I saw this, oh, this guitar, it's much more expensive than the other guitars. Well, why is that much more expensive? And you know, the guy in the store said, you know, it's Bruce Springsteen has one of those, and I'll take it. I bought it straight away. I'll also have my favorite guitar is my white Gretsch Falcon Rancher. Of course, I bought this guitar because it looks very good, but it also sounds good, and I like it. You know, it's white. I think it's a combination of Las Vegas and the emergency department. I love it. And I'll also have is this my red guitar. It's a red Fender. It's here. I like it very much too. I don't know what's the definition of it. Sonoran SCE Candy Apple Red. It's also very good. It's easy to play on, and I appreciate it very much. I'm not at all a great guitar player. Honestly, to me, a guitar should be easy to play on, and it should look good. I don't have any very expensive guitars because I think that would be a waste on me, actually. Was there more questions? How old are you? 20. Haha. Don't you think I'm 20? No, I'm actually I just got 50. So now I'm peaking on my, you know, that the age pyramid. So now I'm in my best shape right now. I don't know if that's true, but I like being 50. I like it. Next question: when the COVID-19 is over, when will you come visit Korea and sing a couple of your songs? I don't know, but actually I would love to come to Korea. I would love to come to Japan because I know I have a lot of fans there. So just invite me. If you know a producer or event arranger or anything, just give them my email address, and if we can set anything up, I would love to come. Because, yeah, I haven't been there, but I'm very curious at Korea and Japan, and so I would love to come. I would love to come. Last question. Excuse me, but are you a real doctor? Haha, that was last question. Don't you think I am? I just put this on. No, I am a real doctor. I promise. I've had patients as late as today. So if I'm not living in a very good dream, I am a doctor. Yes. We have Anna. Did you ever have a patient come in who was a fan of your music? Yes. It happens now and then. It's a little bit awkward, but it's very nice. And but usually the patients, they're very polite, you know. So they come to me and they smile a little bit in the beginning, and I don't know, do you know me? Do we know each other? But they're very polite, you know. When I examine them, and we come to a conclusion, and then often in the end, on the way out, they say also, I have to thank you for your music. I listen to it. I think that's a very nice way of doing it. The next question here is from now it's Korean pronunciation again. Sorry, I would say Dong Chukanel. We say that. Why do you making these kinds of songs? Yeah. First of all, I have this motto that I've told you before, that, you know, there are 1,000 songs about love, but none about the bowel. Why did I start with doing this? Almost 10 years ago, a friend of mine, who's also a singer in the band, he was trying to arrange a hospital after work. He said that, Henrik, you know, we need to have some music, something fun. Can't you write a couple of songs about, you know? And I thought, oh well, it was kind of awkward, but I wrote a couple of songs, and then I start singing them in other places, and after a while, you know, I made an album, and that's how it is. So as a lot of things in life, you know, it starts with a coincidence, and then it just goes on. But I'm very happy that he asked me, because I love writing songs, I love singing them, and I love that you're listening to them. Thank you. A question from Neise. How do you come up with all the lyrics for your songs? What's the process like? And with almost all my songs, it starts with an idea. I see something at the hospitals, I see something with a patient, read something in the paper, and I think, this is kind of intriguing, this is funny something. And then I have the idea, how would I present this in a song? And then I write the lyrics, and try to get to know what could be like a chorus, what could be like the verse and stuff. And then also, as I start doing the chorus, I often start with the music because I mean, I think a chorus is very important to get it good, you know. And the difference between writing lyrics and writing poetry, for example, is that, you know, writing lyrics and writing songs, the words should go well with the music, I think, be rhythmic and nice. But then after the lyrics, I put down the music, and then I make a demo, and I take the demo to the studio with two very nice and good and competent producers called Marcus Nilsson and Tobias Ekvist. And we've been working together now for more than 5 years, and together we find out what the genre in the song would be like, what style would the song be in. Marcus and Tobias, they help me also recording the song and produce it to make it sound good. Because I can write a song, but they help me to make it sound like music. That's also important. The next question comes from Rico Nata. Would you consider doing collaborations with other musicians? And I said yes, I would, and actually I already do. Had some collaborations with the medical secretary and administrator called Petra Kronvall. Then also have a very good singer, Johanna Berglund Körner.
It's the best breakthrough. I love you, and no one can doubt it. We can shout loud that we're in love and proud.
I mean, if Britney Spears would ask me, or Ariana Grande, or Rolling Stones, I would say, yeah, maybe I can make a song with you, and see if I can squeeze it in. The next question is from Korea and Loisia Sandoki. I hope it's right. Why does this channel have so many Korean viewers? I'm not sure. First of all, I'm very grateful that it has. I'm very glad that you listen to my songs. I have some theories. I think that Never Google Your Symptoms was like some kind of viral hit in Korea a couple of years ago, and after that maybe a lot of Korean fans have stayed with me, and I think that that's wonderful. And of course I would say that Korean have very good taste in music, as they like my songs. The next question is from Irem Sapai. How can I find a job in Norway? A very good question, but don't ask me, you know, I'm from Sweden, not from Norway. But I think you have a smart plan, because Norway is a very rich country, and actually a lot of Swedish doctors and nurses, they go to Norway to work because they make more money there, and the Norwegians, they need doctors and nurses. So if you want to go there for a while, for weeks or months, I think you should. You will make good money, and they're nice, good people, and they're rich. We need to take care of their money, so just go there. Then we have a question from Kalyana Subramanya Murari Sriram. Do you listen to your own music when you work, sir? No, I don't. That would be kind of pathetic, I think. But when the OR nurses want to tease me, they put on one of my songs and they know that I hate it, and ask them to turn it off because I can't concentrate at all. So that's the only time when I hear my music at work. Then we have a question from an idiot. How long have you been playing and writing music? How do you recommend to start with it? And what's some of your favorite tracks? Love your work. I don't think that an idiot is an idiot. I think those are good questions. I started when I was around 7 or 8. In Sweden we have this called municipal music schools. They are free, and so all children can start to play instruments or start to sing without it costs anything. And then when I was young, everyone had to start with playing the recorder, you know, like the do 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 do. But after recording for a year, I started to play the violin. It was just because that my mom wanted me to play violin. I hated it. I never did my homework, so I didn't become a good violinist at all. But then my older sister, she had been playing guitar. She stopped playing the guitar because she was, you know, getting into her puberty and thought that music was kind of dorky and stuff. So she gave the guitar to me, and I started playing it. And I got a guitar teacher who was a very good teacher. I started playing Simon and Garfunkel and the Beatles and all the stuff. And I mean, if you just play guitar for 15 minutes, you can start to play a song. It's a very good instrument to start with. So after a while, I started singing in choirs, and I sang barbershop. Very fun style, and you learn a lot from it. And yeah, the second question, how do you recommend to start with it? I would recommend, if you like music, just start doing it. Start singing in a choir. It's an easy and good way to start, because then you learn from the other singers, you learn from your conductor. And if you want to start playing instruments, I would recommend the guitar. It's a very easy instrument, you can sing at the same time. Or maybe the piano. The piano is a very good map of music. That would be my recommendations. The last question was, what are some of your favorite tracks? Oh, it's a very hard question. Of course, I like Never Google Your Symptoms.
Never Google your symptoms. That is my only prescription.
Because that was my first and only hit song, you could say. I also love a statistically significant love song.
You love me more than my control group. 'Cause you see, when we meet, your heart goes boop, boop, boop.
I think it's very nice. I think Johanna sings very good on it. I love when I did my internship. It's funny.
My internship was in Alaska 65, and I was on call from Christmas to July, and I was fired if my eyelid covered my eye.
I like the ballad of the superstar surgeon Paolo Macchiarini, because It's actually made people think about what we do.
So Paolo kept busy and patience in line, but the plastic airways weren't doing fine. The tracheas are perfect, reported Macchiarini, but the tracheas looked like rotting zucchini.
One of my few songs with an important message. And you know, I've written a lot of songs, and you love all the songs in different ways. Some of the songs I love because it was that's a very fun rhyme. I got some songs, this was a very good groove we got in this song. In some songs I love the harmonies, and in other songs it become a good video, and different things in different songs, I think. Now I have been talking and talking and talking for quite a while, and I would like to finish this first Q&A with singing a song. But before that I would like to ask for your help, because I know that my songs are listened to all over the world, and I'm very, very happy and also surprised for this. But I also know that not all people know English or Swedish, so I would like to ask for help if you would like to translate the songs with me. I already have a bunch of fantastic translators. I have Han in South Korea that helps me. He was the first who started doing this, and he's doing a terrific job. I also have Mark in Russia. I have Martin and Sonoe in Japan. I have Ogosan in Turkey. I have Lena in Germany. I have Ian in Brazil, and Aisa, who comes from Sweden but who translates to Bosnian. But if you have a language that no one translates to and would like to do it, just mail me at henrik.widegren@gmail.com. That is, I put my mail address down here so you can see. For example, if you know Spanish or Hindi or Chinese or maybe French, if you want to help me, I would be very grateful. And as I do with my other translators, then I just send you the video a little bit in advance. And if you have time to help me, you do it, and otherwise you do it when it fits you. But again, I have to say thank you to my terrific translators that I have. And if someone else wants to do it, you're very welcome. But now to the song. Last year I got an interesting question from Lena. It sounds like, I've been married for a long time, but lately my husband has started snoring and I have difficulty sleeping. Now I wonder, how come you don't wake up from your own snoring? The sound itself must be just as loud for that person. Best regards, Lena. And since Lena have difficulty falling asleep, I would like to answer her question with a lullaby. A lullaby that explains what's happening and how she can solve the problem. And this is a song from my upcoming album, X-Ray to Hell. And I don't know it that well, so I have to have a little help with the lyrics here, so please bear with that. It's a waltz and it's a lullaby. Good night and sleep well. Snoring can reach 100 decibels. How can he sleep with the sound of a chainsaw from his mouth? Mucosa vibrates as tissues recline. You married a prince, you got a swine. The palate shakes, silence is absent, and you want to break God's fifth commandment. Good night and sleep tight. Don't get mad at your partner, because when we sleep, the brain shuts off all auditory input that does not signal danger. So don't pick a fight. But what then to do with the love of your life? How do you solve this nocturnal strife? Your love for your partner is endless like space, but picture a pillow pressed down on his face. Push hard and whisper, I love you. He will stop fighting when he turns blue. Good night, pretend it rains. Tomorrow you're rested and hide his remains. Good night, peaceful bliss. Give your darling one last kiss. Thank you for listening. And this song will be, as said, on my next album, X-Ray to Hell, which I will release in September. And if you like my channel, feel free to subscribe. And if you push the notice button, you will also get notice when I put on something new. But until next time, goodbye, and thank you very much for listening.